coming in today. Today I'll just be giving a brief presentation on, the Russian culture. Since we will be attending a trip to Russia for 2 weeks, I'm just here to give you a brief overview on just cultural differences and things to be aware of while we're on the trip. We will be going to Moscow, which is on the western side of Russia. It is by St. Petersburg. Those are the two bigger cities in Russia, which are located right here. And this is Russia. Here's just a picture of the city. As you can tell, it's pretty populated. It resembles a big city here. And then here are just a picture of a building that is very common to see in Russia. It kind of looks, it's an Orthodox church, and it kind of has those, almost teardrop shaped shapes at the top of the pillars. So that's very common to see as well. So the areas of cultural exposure that I'm going to briefly talk over today are home, because all of you guys will be staying with a host family for a week out of the 2 weeks that you're there. So you want to be aware of things to do when you're at home and things not to do. At school, while you're with your host family, you will be going to school with them, with the kids for 2 days. It will be a Russian high school. It will be an English class, so not much to worry about communication there. And also in public, just general things that might be different when you're out in public, and just in the general Russian culture that differ from here in the U.S. So the at-home culture of Russia is, it can be slightly similar, but it's different from the one in the U.S. So Russian households often have 3 generations living in them. You have your grandparents, your parents, and then the grandkids living in the same household, which is pretty different from here. I know a couple people that follow that structure here, but not very many at all. Everybody's very polite to each other. Not to say that we aren't polite to each other here, but the standard is way higher. You must respect your elders, especially your family members. Very rarely do you ever hear kids talking back to their parents or grandparents. It's just something that you don't do in Russia. When you first meet your host family, when you go, and when you first go to their house, when they will be picking you up, you want to dress up. You want to be dressed nicer. You want to acknowledge that it's something special that they're letting you come into their home. You want to make a good first impression. Once you get there, a big thing that is kind of similar to here is that you are not allowed to have shoes in the house. They will most likely provide you with slippers, because that is a big thing. All family members pretty much wear slippers around the house, and they are not opposed to getting new slippers for people that they are going to be hosting for a while. They will also, out of politeness, make you or tell you that they want you to feel at home and make yourself at home. However, if that means that you're gonna be acting kind of disrespectful to them, not on purpose, but just because that's kind of what you would do at your own house, it's better to just not act as you were at home, to just be respectful of their house. And also try to bring a small gift for them. Doesn't have to be very expensive. I'm not going to require it either, but you want to just show that you appreciate them inviting you into their house. A cultural gift would be better, maybe something that represents Wisconsin and the region that you're from. And then they really pride themselves on being great hosts, whether it's a party or hosting you. So just